Welcome back to the Chronic Outdoor Center. My name is Austin. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Those are fucking dope. These are nice.
Look at the spotting scope.
SX5 Sania, 27 to 55, I believe. This is the angle, or this is the straight line, right? We've got the.
I need some. I want some.
Cool. Awesome. What a beauty.
Crazy awesome.
Nice. It's a nice boat. Legit. Yeah, those are nice.
It's perfect size for them.
I see what I came for. See what I came for. I've been waiting so long for these. Finally. Cowboy. I got the Cajun. You guys got a pack with like all of them in it? No, not yet.
No,
No,
we do have
okay.
a bundle.
It's fine. We're just gonna throw them together. Just green sauce.
Yep.
I got one of those. Cajun. The hippie cowboy.
The animal style.
Yep, the animal style. That's what I want. All right, that's it.
All
That's
right.
it. That's how you do it. Very well done.
Yeah, well, let's just get into it. Trout. Yeah, why do you guys like fishing for trout? Any? They taste good. Who all was at the catching cook just earlier. The trout pond catching. So for anyone that didn't hear about it, we were at the trout pond. Oh, you caught that monster. So there's the trout pond going on over there. And we had kids and adults. They even let me jump into the trout pond. Their rationale was the fish were all hanging around the center of the pond, so they wanted me to kind of push them around a little bit so everyone got a chance to catch them. But I didn't know if I was spooking them more than helping. But I saw some people catch them. I hooked one, but lost them. So that was my fishing experience today. So that's who you're going to take advice from now. Creek about that deep, and you know, I was about that tall. And one day was down there messing around and saw what I thought was a fish that swam by. And ran home and told my dad, hey, there's like fish in the creek back there. And he's like, no, there's not. Okay. I disappeared back into the woods that day. It's been so long, I don't remember if it was like the same day or the next day. I stole some of his fishing gear and ran out there with just some fishing line, just a piece of monofilament, probably about 6-pound mono. Grabbed a couple of random hooks I saw in his tackle box. And that was it. Ran into the woods and started looking for worms. Tied the string to, I figured if I got a stick that was maybe a little, like I grabbed some sticks and they just snapped. I'm like, nah, that's not going to be good. That'll break it, like something. So it needs to have a little bit of flex. Then they tie that line around the tip. Use some, I don't know what knot I use, but it's not what I use anymore. And grabbed the pole, held it in, and the trout just comes and snaps for it. Instantly. I hold it, this worm just sinks down, and just seeing that trout just come jump out at me, and it stole my worm actually, it didn't get hooked up. But it was just like a whoa. It was like I confirmed there's actually trout back here in this creek. So that was my first trout encounter probably. And anyway, so what I did then was I took that pole, rewormed it, and stuck the pole, like it was really swampy next to this creek, stuck the wooden rod into the swamp and just kind of dangled it so that the worm was just hanging mid-creek. And then I just went out and looked for mushrooms in the woods, and you know, was gone for maybe an hour or so, and came back with my mushrooms, and all of a sudden the stick was gone. I'm like, whoa, what happened? And I saw the stick just like maybe 10 yards downstream, stuck in some reeds or something, and go and grab the stick, and sure enough, there's a little trout on there. And I was like, ooh, that's fun. That's really, really fun. So, yeah, that was the first trout I caught, and probably, what was that, 1998-ish? 97? And did that for a long time. Now, if you're from Germany, you know that fishing regulations are really tight over there, and I don't condone breaking rules fishing or anything, but us kids, we did what we had to do to get outdoors and enjoy it. Luckily, we live here in the United States where we have access to, especially up here in the Pacific Northwest, we have access to some of the best fishing, in my opinion, in the entire world. Some very unique fisheries, some beautiful fisheries. Tomorrow we're going to have a trout seminar talking about specifically mountain trout fishing. And like the top one on my list was the golden trout. Any golden trout catchers here? Golden trout? Okay, so you got it. I ate it before I knew what it was. It was at night. I was up casting at a lake and caught it. I was like, oh, the meat, this is a weird looking fish. And the meat was all really, really red and it was super tasty. It wasn't until people in the comments on the video from that were like, dude, that was a golden trout. I'm like, so I looked up the lake, sure enough, they planted golden trout in there. So yeah, you kind of figure out which species you want to catch, and then you can target that specific body of water. And it never gets boring. That's what I like about trout. There's always something new you can do, a new species, a new technique to fish for them. Something that I've gotten into now is ice fishing. So we'll talk about that a little bit too. How many of you guys have ice fished before? How many of you had no idea that you can ice fish in Washington?
I didn't know that.
That was me like a couple of years ago. And Washington has awesome ice fishing. Let me just tell you that. It's been really cool. I moved up to northern Washington near the Canadian border. I don't have a Canadian accent yet, but we have phenomenal ice fishing up there because it gets so cold. I mean, right now the ice up there is about 2 feet thick. I like that. Nerds, I love it. Trout nerds. So, and how many people are here because like you feel like you really want to learn some more basics about trout fishing, or like who here wants to learn more about trout fishing? Okay.
No,
so
We just really want to see you, actually.
yeah. Or how many people grew up bobber fishing as a kid? And how many people think that adults shouldn't bobber fish anymore? Oh! Makes you scream sometimes. Bobber down! Bobber down, baby! Talk about knots a little bit too. How many of you guys know some good fishing knots? How many of you guys know more than 5 fishing knots? A few of you guys know more than 5 fishing knots? How many of you guys know about 3 fishing knots? 3 is about all you need. How many of you know 1 fishing knot? Oh, awesome. That's most of you. Not exactly how it works. Sometimes they sit there and they play with it for a while. They'll grab it and they spit it back out, and then they'll circle around, rub on it a little bit, and grab it again. And then they'll often swim off. And now if you've got a little bit of slack in your line, then out here we're just going to put this weight there as an example. So you see there's a little bit of slack. I'm going to try and get out of the way. You've got that little bit of slack. Say I'm a trout. And that power bait, by the way, is going to float. And I like to have it about, anywhere from 2 to 4 or 5 feet off the bottom. The idea with why you want to fish off the bottom is you want to get that weight, or the bait, away out of the weeds, out of the mud. Yeah, this here is more of like a lake setup. It's a very small, like a thin bobber. I've got like a collection of bobbers at home. They're, like everyone starts with those little round plastic bobbers, but after a while you realize like, wow, there's like these beautiful balsa wood bobbers, handmade bobbers I got into like for a while. I went through like a phase on YouTube where I made weird bobbers and stuff. I made one out of a Santa ornament. The lure is spinning down here. This line, the leader is gonna spin, but right here at the swivel, because it has a bearing, it can spin. So once the main line will spin a little bit, but once there's too much tension wound into that main line, the swivel itself will start spinning and relieve that tension. So that solves that issue.
Does that sound good? Should we go there?
Beautiful.
Should we go there?
Yeah. The edging thing.